Hi, I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot. Welcome to 10 Talk Tuesday. I want to ask you whether you are a nightmare client or have you had nightmare clients? That's coming up just after this. Hi and welcome back. Okay, today I want to talk specifically about nightmare clients, and I am talking to you, Mrs. Jones, you, Mr. Smith, because I know that there are many of you out there that go to tarot readers and the tarot reader is so exhausted and so done with you by the time you have done your reading that they actually need to go and have a stiff gin. Okay, so are you a nightmare client? Number one, they are clients that would book and then they will reschedule and then they will cancel and then they will phone a day or two later and they will rebook. It's a client, one of the worst things is a client that cannot commit to an appointment. First of all, it wastes my time as a reader, and secondly, why are you procrastinating? What is it that is tying you down to not coming to the reading? Number two, the client that pitches up an hour early. I don't have a waiting room in my home because that's where I read. If I have a face-to-face reading, I don't have a waiting area, and you're certainly not sitting in my lounge. And then of course they get all twitchy when I say to them, I'm sorry, I am busy, or when I simply don't answer the doorbell. Okay, no, if you have a 10 o'clock reading, arrive at 10 o'clock or 5 minutes before the reading. 5 minutes before the reading, okay? It's unfair on me as a tarot reader. I've got to break my concentration, and it's unfair on the person that I'm reading for. Number three, the client that arrives, sits down, and doesn't have any idea what they want to do. I'm not sure what I should ask. Why are you here? Why have you come to me for a reading? If you have absolutely no idea, then I will suggest, why don't we have a general reading and have a look at where the energies lie and what you could focus on? Okay, but is that going to be specific enough? I don't know. I didn't really come for a general. Why did you come to me? Have your questions ready. Tarot readers are not psychics. I cannot read your mind. I interpret the cards. I say this often. Okay, another one. My favorite, and I have had this so many times. The client that comes in or calls or messages the questions for their reading, okay? They come in, they've got all their questions written down, but it is the same question over and over. And this happens a lot with relationship readings. So Mrs. X will come in and she will ask, is my boyfriend cheating on me? Now, I hate questions like that to begin with because, what do I say? You know, it's a yes or no question, and surely you know whether your boyfriend's cheating on you or not. Surely you know that. Why ask the cards? Anyway, the next question will be, who's he cheating on me with? I'm sure he's cheating on me. Can we check? Then I will say, no, he's not cheating on you. Yes, but I'm sure he's cheating on me. Can we just double check that? Do it again. Do another reading. Shuffle the cards. And this goes on throughout the entire session. Now, first of all, if your boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, your significant other is cheating on you, you will know. There will be signs. You don't need the cards to interpret the fact that he's getting a bit on the side or she's getting a bit on the side, okay? That's number one. Number two, it puts the reader in an extremely difficult position because I'm reading for you as a client, but here I am kind of like reading into somebody else's stuff. So I feel very uncomfortable with that. Also, I've had clients where I've actually given them the correct answer and said, yes, actually he is cheating. And then they've literally turned the whole thing around and said, but he can't be. It's impossible. You're talking shit. You know, what are these cards? You don't know what you're doing. So you as a client that asks that, you're putting the reader between a rock and a hard place. Don't do that. It's unfair. Use your gut instinct. Listen to what your heart is saying. Figure that one out on your own. Okay. The next one is the client that questions everything. You will do a reading and you will say, let's take career. You'll say, you can see that there's a big shift in career prospects, and the cards say there's going to be a huge upheaval and things are going to really work, things are going to be really shaken up at work. And they'll say to you, no, nothing like that happening. Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, but I'm interpreting the reading. This is what I'm telling you. This is what's going to happen. We do a love reading. A love reading. I like that. I don't like relationship reading. I love doing a love reading. It's so romantic. Just sounds so cool. We're doing a relationship reading, and I can see that there's stuff happening, negative stuff, and the client, the questioner can actually work on this. And I will then say to them, this is happening, and perhaps the cards say you should work on this. Oh no, that can't be right. That can't be right. I'm a pillar of strength in my relationship. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the this, I'm the that. Well, why did you come to me for a reading? Why did you ask those questions if you know all the answers and you're going to keep telling me that I'm wrong, the cards are wrong, I'm interpreting incorrectly, blah, blah, blah. Go away and buy your own tarot deck. Do it yourself. The last one I'm going to touch on is the client who knows it all. They have done tarot courses and they have looked on the internet and studied all the YouTube videos that are out there, every 752 million of them, and they know the meaning of the cards. It doesn't matter what obscure deck you are using, they know that the Six of Swords means X, Y, and Z. This to me is probably the worst client, because what they tend to do is they do their own reading. So they will sit and they will watch you do the reading. They will look at the cards, and before you can do anything, they will have interpreted the cards themselves. And then, or even worse, they will have interpreted the cards for themselves in their head. And when you give an interpretation, they'll say, that's not what I see in the cards. That's not what the cards tell me. Now, sweetie, if you are so clued up, why in goodness name have you come to me for a reading? Just get out your Rider-Waite's and do the reading for yourself. There's no hard and fast rule that you've got to go to somebody else for a reading. Read for yourself. If you know so much about the tarot or the oracle, or if you are a Lenormand specialist, why are you coming to me? These are a few of the clients that just get my goat. I love doing readings. It's my passion. It's my absolute passion. I don't do this for a living. I do this because it's my passion. It's my hobby. This is what feeds my soul. Don't come into my reading room and spread your negativity and your spite and your malice and take all your shit out on me. Don't do that. Don't be a nightmare client. Come in with a little bit of humility. Understand that, yes, even if you know how to read the tarot fluently, put that aside and perhaps allow someone else who is out of the situation to interpret the cards for you. It's going to come true. It's going to happen. Whatever the cards say is going to happen. I'm a firm believer in that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. So whether you rail against it, whether you do your reading yourself while I'm doing it, whether you tell me I'm talking shite or not, it actually doesn't mean anything to me. I'm simply interpreting the reading. So don't be a nightmare client. Also, if you are faced with a nightmare client, readers, just understand that it is their energy that they are bringing with them. Once they leave, you can smudge your reading room, you can ring your bell and get rid of all that energy. Take your broom, my dear little witchy friends, and sweep the living shite out of that sacred space. Trust me, nightmare clients, you're going to feel the density in the air. Okay, little bit of fun today. Not everyone's a nightmare client, but be on the lookout for them. And you, yes, you, Mrs. Jones and Mr. Smith, If you are a nightmare client, change your ways. Change your ways. Okay, you know who I am. I'm Matt from Tubby Tarot saying, I'll see you on the flip side.